started, they are going to everything. I'm sorry. Nope, no.
Maybe also that 1 minute video from the orientation. Yeah, I think it's important also from my side. The orientations are sometimes 2 days. Yeah, and we really get them ready. How to make a host family happy. It's always fun. The golden sentence. Is there anything I can do to help? And then we tell at the parents session later on, we say, parents, they're here 6 more weeks to 8 more weeks. They're going to practice at home. Yeah. Is there anything I can do to help? Yeah. And since we do personal interviews and handpick our students, we really have great kids and they make us look good. So you're going to be getting a very, very good kid family. And we hear over the years that the American families are visiting their students then in Germany, or the parents are with their kids again, visiting the family. So that's the ideal situation, is if you build a relationship, not with your student, but also with the parents, and you're going to have friends for life. Yeah, that's kind of our goal when we do with host family.
Okay. Can you guys hear me? Yes, okay. So thank you, Marcus, for covering up for me. I obviously clicked the wrong button. So here we are. So I thought I will share with you this video from one of our host families. They start hosting with us and they have been with us since then, I don't know, maybe 5 years now. And they started as a welcome family. And I will explain to you a little bit what a welcome family is. But let's go ahead and watch this video.
Sort of a last minute decision. Our school had 3 students who wanted to come over but didn't have host homes. And we were able to, so we decided to work with the packets, and we seemed to be a great fit for our families, and we just decided to go for it. Like a year, would it be homesick or would it be uncomfortable around him?
Yeah, and one of the things I was about is the electronics way. Would that be a major sticking point in our family? And we never address it. Just everything worked out.
Each other while he was here. I think part of it was because we didn't want to make ourselves look bad by bickering about little things with somebody else in the house. And we just learned to let a lot of that stuff go. I think we also spent a lot of time together as a family. We wanted to show up the city. We wanted to do things together. We didn't want him to be stuck in an unfamiliar sound with unfamiliar people by himself. So we just hung out together a whole lot more. It's the greatest thing our family has ever done. It was a wonderful, wonderful time. Try to eat dinner together every night as much as possible. And so usually we would just kind of talk about stuff as a family, like chores that needed to be done. We would just kind of divide them up. If there's anything that needed a reminder, we'd do that at dinner so it wasn't awkward. It was just kind of a natural family conversation. I think one thing that Leo did, which was great, was he would ask, is there anything I can do? He redid the garage while he was here, and he came down and he helped me do that. He would empty the dishwasher most mornings before school without me asking, like just little things, nothing huge, but just anytime he was participating with the family, hanging out with us, I think that's just makes us feel good that he wants to hang out with us. I think it makes him feel more comfortable and feel at home because he has a family that he's interacting with. So yeah, the more time you can actually spend with the family, the better.
And that was what he did. He helped paint the garage, mow the grass, or empty the dishwasher. He always participating and just involved in our life, just like everyone else.
Yeah, I don't think anything was really hard to address. The only thing that happened during the time he was here is that I just didn't know how hard to push, like when he was sick. Like, do I take him to the doctor? Does he need to go back to school? So I just let him be the lead on that. I know that 16-year-olds in Europe are a lot more independent than they are here in the United States. So I just kind of let him make the call on that and tried to think about what his parents would do and just go with that. Very good at soccer. So we played soccer sometimes. He taught us some things, and everybody was very nice to each other. It was very weird because we were happy all the time. We were really sad to see him go. We not been that nice to each other. So.
It was nice just to have another boy in the house, but I'm the only boy sibling, so it was fun to just hang out with them and ask him questions.
I would say absolutely do it. I mean, the people, the families that are wanting to host, like they want to have your kid be part of their family. They want to love the kid and integrate them. And I know for me, I really wanted to make sure that I was treating him like I would want somebody to treat one of my kids if they were in that situation. So yeah, I think it was great.
Yeah, I also would say our school had lots of kids that in host families, and we interacted with those host families, and all of them sent their kids and treated their kids well.
I just think it was great. Like it was really good for us to get a different perspective on how things were different there, and I think it was good for him to see how things were here. It was just so easy. All the things we were worried about, none of them. There was nothing to worry about. It was just so easy and so great. Yeah. The only hard part about all of this was him going home, and that was truly the hardest part. And so it does feel like we have another family member. I mean, we're making plans to go visit him the next time we're able to go on vacation. I think always talks to him, and every day I still message every day. So I think it's not just an experience for a short time, for a semester or a school year. I think it can be an experience for a lifetime. It's just another member of your family. So yeah, I think it's been great.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, Horizons probably among several different things in our school and Horizons in particular, the families are just really involved and the students were involved in the school, and it just seemed to be, I mean, everybody just had a wonderful experience.
Thank you. And for those interested in being a family, I think that you would take this up and take it's really a great opportunity. And for those who send their kids, I think your kids are really benefiting and see them going differently. And so,
Okay. So stop sharing. Hopefully I don't click the wrong thing this time. So so again, what are the benefits of having a student come into your house? They become a part of your family. It gives your family a global perspective. It helps you meet people from another side of the world. Some of their responsibilities, as I was mentioning, we want you to provide a loving home, being able to give them obviously the 2 meals, the place to stay. And actually, we do not require for the student to have their own private bedroom. They can share a room with somebody their same age, the same gender as well. Our students do have their own credit cards, so they are responsible to pay for their own expenses when they have to go and get their haircuts. If we have girls, they want to go and get their nails done. And all these little things, they are responsible to pay for that. If they do, which we do encourage our students to get involved in extracurriculum activities. It can be theater, anything, sports, we do want them involved for whatever time they are here. They are responsible to pay for the extra expenses of uniforms, any extra costs related to the school, they will be paying for that. They do bring their own health insurance. That's not on you. And they do have a SIM card that is provided to them back in Germany. So they will have their own cell phone plan. We do not encourage our families to enroll the students in their cell phone program. We just say, hey, please don't do that, because it's those little things that sometimes can become an issue later on. I have 5 kids, and I know they seem to forget very easily when they need to pay me back something. So we say, look, anything that has to do with money, just keep it separate. You want to have a good relationship with your student. and that doesn't need to be a problem. We do encourage our international students, you know, their natural parents. We want them to communicate with you. We want them to develop a relationship with you. However, we do tell you, and that will be through your local coordinator, there is a thin line. We want to be a covering to you. So anything that is logistics, we want it to go through us, and that way you are not in an awkward situation. So again, we do try as much as we can to take care not only of our students, but of you as a, you know, a host family. Now, you can be a host family for a whole year. That's our program. Most of our students come for an entire school year. Others come for a semester. They do want to stay. For example, if a student comes for 1 semester, they come on the fall, they want to go ahead and experience Christmas with you. That means they will go home after Christmas. But we do, you know, we do want the host family to make it a special, and we do try to encourage you as much as possible. We do have families that say, hey, look, I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure if our family can handle it. Maybe you're a little bit like the Shadwells. Hey, we are not so nice to each other. I don't know if I want somebody seeing all of that, because, you know, your privacy gets a little bit into shaking ground in there. But some of them become a welcome family. What is a welcome family? A welcome family is somebody that hosts a student for 2, 3, 4 weeks. And most of the time they end up taking the student in for the whole school year, because they're like, I cannot give it to somebody else. Now it's my child. So, you know, it's understandable. So yes, we do want you as a host family to know that you are important. You play a very significant role of the experience that the student will have. We had students that came here and they will tell you what it made their experience significant. Yes, a great school, the teachers were very nice. Everything was nice, but it was the host family what they remember the most. And that's the you know, with who they keep in contact with. So our expectations, like I said, is online application, background check. You do receive a monthly stipend. Obviously, it's a small stipend, and I know some families, they are able to, don't ask me about accounting. I'm not into math or accounting. I still trying to figure out my own taxes, but I know they work it out somewhere with their taxes. But if you do host through us and we are giving you a monthly stipend, obviously we do give you a W-9 as well. So we are as legal as can get. And we do work those details later on when you meet with the local coordinator. So, and I would love to answer any questions that you may have. But again, I can tell you from my own experience that it was people like you opening your home to somebody coming from another country that it made a difference to me. And I love my job, and I know the ones that are coming from other organizations. Yes, we are an organization. Yes, we are a company, but we love what we do because we see the students, you know, when we go and meet them in the orientation and everything, they ask them is like, what is this and this? Mom, Dad, you know? And by the time that they have to go back home, we have to give them another orientation at how to reentry, you know, back into their country, because now they will have a culture shock going back home. And we also have to prepare their parents not to get jealous when they start talking about, oh, well, my host mom, well, my host family. Well, you know, that's how we did it in America. So, you know, so it's a whole process. And the most beautiful part is knowing that there's a family willing to welcome the student. That is what makes the world difference. So I will be here to answer questions after that. I'm sorry about my glitch in there. It's trying to get technical. You know, after we get that age, we're not so technical, but anything that you need to know, we will be more than happy to answer that. And Marcus, would you like to add anything? Because I know the team for
No, I think you mentioned everything. Thank you. I thought maybe that 1 minute orientation video would have been good, but
Yeah.
other than that, good job.
Yeah, because we have the other team coming in, and I want to give
Yeah.
this. So, but again,
Yeah.
thank you so much for having us. We're super excited to work with Notre Dame, and of course, for me, it's the excitement of possibly going back to visit. You guys have an awesome Mexican restaurant in there that I need to go back. So we're looking for great host families in there. So we're waiting for you to come and join us. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Yes, no, thank you. And so, like I said, we have the chat available. So even on, you know, as we're watching the next one, if you're really interested, we can throw questions in the chat there, or we can have further follow-up with myself, and I can get you guys connected with Global Horizons. And now I'd like to introduce and turn it over to Alandis, the company Alandis. And that is Laura and Michelle are on the line. And Michelle's going to do a little bit of the talking, and Laura's going to be behind the scenes. But again, their company is from Spain. And this one is more about the cultural exchange program. So not so much of a long term. It may develop into long term. That's what our goal is, of course. But I'm going to let them take over. And there we go.
Thank you, Rihanna. So let's begin with the presentation, Laura. She's going to be sharing the screen. Yes. Well, let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle Duran. I am based in Seville, Spain, and it's right now 7:46 in the evening here in Spain. As Rihanna was saying before, we want to introduce you to this program that we have been designing for Notre Dame High School students. This is a group exchange program, and what that means is that students from Notre Dame will come to Seville and have an experience here, and Spaniards from Seville will go to Notre Dame and stay for a short term, whether it's possibly in January or in September. I'm the CEO of Alandis Travel, and just to give you, a very brief background, I'm the CEO also of Spanish Studies Abroad, which is a study abroad. It's the longest study abroad organization in Spain. It was founded in 1969. We have programs in Seville, Alicante, Barcelona, Puerto Rico, Cuba, and Argentina. We only work in Spanish-speaking countries, and Alandis Travel is our division for high school students. So let's begin now. Giving you the idea of this presentation is to give you a glimpse of how this program in 2024 will look like for Notre Dame students. The proposed dates are June 14th through July 6th. For those of you that are not familiarized with Spain, what you see highlighted in yellow are the autonomous communities where the program will take place, and that is Seville, Granada, the city of Córdoba, and La Rábida. So as a tour overview, this is a program that has as its main objective to improve your Spanish through an intensive Spanish language course. You will also be taking an intense culture course while you're having fun and creating long-lasting friendships with local students. The idea of this program is not only to have academics in the morning, but it's an immersion opportunity for your students to meet local Sevillanos, your same age group, and do the fun sports and cultural activities that these students do on a regular basis. Laura. So even though this is short print, the idea is not to, overwhelm you with this calendar, and you can of course share this presentation as when I finish. But the way a program is structured looks very much like this. Students have a very detailed orientation the first 2 days, and then the structure is classes in the morning, and then lunch with the homestay, because students will be staying in Spanish homes in Seville. In the afternoons, they will be doing cultural activities with the local students and the culture as well. The program includes the 3 emblematic monuments that every person that comes to Seville wants to see: the cathedral, the royal palace, the Roman ruins of Italica. In the weekends, the proposed program includes the city of Córdoba, a study overnight trip to Granada. And as you can see, the idea is to keep them busy and trying to strike the right balance between academics, sports, and leisure activities, socializing with students their age. Next. This is, are we going to do the very brief video, Laura? I'm not sure if participants can hear.
Oh, sorry. This is our study center. This are some pictures.
Yes, it is a video, but we can, if you're interested, we can send a more comprehensive video of the city of Seville and how our program looks like. So going into detail with the lodging of the program, this proposed program includes 20 nights in homestays in Seville. You're seeing pictures to your right of families in Seville, which are, again, carefully selected. We've been in Seville since 1969. So, you know, over 60 years of doing this for undergraduates. We work with over 95 college and universities, and Alandis, as I say, is a branch of Spanish studies. So our database of homestays is as secure as you can possibly imagine. The program, apart from spending 20 nights in Seville, it includes an overnight study trip to the city of Granada, staying in double and triple rooms with half board included. Welcome and farewell dinners are also included. The academics of the program and the speaking partners. Well, the academic students will be taking one Spanish course, either at the beginner or intermediate level. Followed the Spanish course meets on a daily basis, Monday through Friday. And then twice a week, they will have the foundations of Spanish culture. These are the courses that they will have in the morning, and some examples of the activities that they will be doing with local students from another Catholic school in Sevilla that we work with, which is the Irlandesas. It's just examples: canoeing, kayaking. They have a visit to La Plaza de España. They have a Sevillanas workshop and a hands-on cooking class. These are just examples of things that they would do. And the pictures are the pictures of other high school programs that we have in Seville. This is a more comprehensive list of the monuments and that are included in the program: the cathedral, the Fine Arts Museum, the Alcázar Royal Palace, the Roman ruins in Italica. They go to a flamenco show, lots of hands-on cultural workshops, either cooking or the tile painting workshop, and a visit to the ceramic museum. We also take them to the monastery of La Rábida, in the town of Huelva, which is important for the discovery of America, because that's where Christopher Columbus left and sailed with the three ships to the New World. The day and overnight trips, they do an overnight, as I said, to Granada, the magnificent city of Granada, and they see the Royal Chapel, the Alhambra Palace, and the Generalife Gardens, and a day trip to the city of Córdoba, and they see the Mezquita and the synagogue. Then the next steps, this is how we work with Notre Dame. There is an orientation guide that will be given 3 weeks prior to departure, where students will receive an orientation guide and information about their travel insurance. We do a pre-departure info session where there's opportunities to run through the program, do question and answer with parents. Very important, all of our students, we work with Sisi Health Insurance, which has a private clinic very close to our center in Seville. So students have all their medical visits and prescriptions covered. And hopefully this journey will begin on the 14th. As I said, this is still in the works, is a program that we are planning with Notre Dame, and the first step will be next summer, and the actual exchange will either be of Notre Dame students coming to Spain, will either be in January or in September. The logistics are still being worked out. So I know you probably have many questions, but I don't want to take much of your time. This was just to give you an overview of the program components and what the idea is of doing a bilateral cultural exchange. Thank you.
Perfect. Yes, thank you so much for explaining that. And like I said, I wanted to make sure that the families on the call, they were kind of interested in both, in a long-term host family experience and in this culture experience. So for this one, like we said, we're still getting out the logistics of the of when the Spaniards will come to Notre Dame and in what time. But for our students, it would be in the summer. So I know that one of the questions that had come up in RCP was about the academics portion. So our students going over for Spain, obviously it won't affect them academically because they won't be taking any time away from their academics. But for the students, for the Spaniards coming over to Notre Dame, we do want them to be a part of our culture and our community and in academics. They wouldn't be receiving it, or they wouldn't receive a grade when they're here, but they would be immersed in our daily academics. Again, we are looking into either January or into September. January, they can experience our retreat week, our Catholic schools week. So it'd be a winter experience for California, or in the September area. So the homecoming, the fall, and the summer sun of California. So we're still trying to get out logistics from that of when they will be coming, or it might be even 2 different times. But the goal again is if you look into, or if your student is interested in going to Spain, then you're sending them off to a family that they're going to be living with and staying with for the summer. And then the students would come home back to Notre Dame, start the fall session, and then receive that same family, that same student from that family that you stayed with, and you'll be opening up your home. So it's kind of a 2-way thing. And that's really the fun part. And hopefully you'll have this pen pal for life. All right. Well, again, so thank you everyone for coming on the call. I'm so happy that we had both companies come and share both of their experiences for our families and our community. Again, we have the online form here for you if you would like to know now what's the next steps. So we created this online form to kind of just gauge an interest of where you would like to look into. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's just the international big program or the exchange program. So please on this form tell us what it is, what you're looking for. It gives us a little bit more information about your family and what does that look like? So when a student comes, they join your family, and there's also other questions too. So if we didn't answer everything there, please add it on this form, and we will follow up with you no matter what. All right. Again, we'll be on here just for another few more minutes, but I'm glad we are able to keep it in that hour of time. And again, we hope you guys have a wonderful day, and a great evening, a beautiful weekend, and have a great everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for having us. Looking forward to
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much, everyone.
Hasta luego, gracias.
Bye.